It's high school football in March. Welcome on into Knight Park on the campus of Academy Park High School. I'm Ray Dunn, joined by Rap Curry as Academy Park plays host to Pennwood in an abbreviated spring football schedule. Rap, you ready for this one to get going?
Hey, we got the alarm in the background. We got the rivals on the field. It's Pennwood Academy Park. It's the fall, winter, spring, I don't know what you want to call it, the alternate fall season. Let's get it on.
It's fall, spring football. Here we go. Pennwood on the return, and we got a flag already.
Malik Brooks with the catch there in the reception, but flags already. Won't take long.
And the last game of the season for Academy Park, the district championship, they lost to Cheltenham. Last second 2-point conversion slowed down. That game featured 29 penalties. So something that if you're getting football back, it feels a little bit like the last game for these Knights.
Well, you know what? I tell you, we just haven't had a lot of time to practice. I mean, the teams had 10 days of practice before they could play, and we probably had a few days of just like individual workouts prior to. And it's going to be tough to really run a disciplined game during this time frame, but we're here, we'll see it, and let's give it a shot.
We're playing football, that's what matters. And I was talking before the game with Academy Park's coaching staff and just being in shape. Even that, we're going to see who's got the legs, who has been putting in the work over the time away from the programs, as you mentioned. Not a lot of time to get ready for this season.
Yeah, Angie Buchanan, our trainer, is going to be in for some work this weekend. Penn comes out first time with a new quarterback.
Jason Kempf under center. Fumbles a snap a little bit, gets the handoff. Believe that was Brooks. Now 5 yards, and we'll have second down. You're going to see a lot of Malik Brooks this year.
Yeah, he'll be everywhere. And one of the things we're going to see, obviously this is a rivalry game, and it's tough to open the season up because it's personal. A lot of relatives on both sides of the field, and the hard part is who wins up front. And last year, Academy Park was able to beat us up front, and they were able to win both games.
Yeah, that last game, that district game, a low-scoring affair. Definitely defensive battle as Kemp under center once again. Loses the ball. That one is loose but recovered by Pennwood. I believe that's Brooks again getting to the ball.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see what Kemp can do. I was watching him in pregame, and I just don't see that varsity swag. Obviously, we had a 4-year starter here. Desmond Johnson, all-time passing leader in Delaware County, and now we're lining up with a new quarterback, and we'll see how the offense and the leadership and the play calling will be. I'm expecting some different things.
Be interesting to see for sure. As he does have some time to grow, only a junior.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, anytime you're replacing an all-time great, off the bat it's going to be a little nerve-wracking. Maybe the fumble's a little bit to do with that, getting on the same page with his center as they go under center once again. Brooks in the backfield.
Jordan Johnson in motion, a little tip to him.
Yeah, it's Jones. Jones around the corner trying to find some space. He's going to slip from a tackler and be taken out of bounds just shy of that first down marker.
See what Coach Troop's going to do. And knowing his personality, I expect to see him maybe going for this, but I hope they be a couple yards closer, which they are. It's going to be a 4th and about a yard there.
4th and 1 upcoming. A little early season gamble. This is Kemp coming out in the shotgun with Brooks to his right, sends him out into the slot. 5 receivers. This 4th and 1, and now moving a little bit more compact.
I guess we're going to see Malik up the middle here.
Jones in motion. Kemp gets it to Brooks. Brooks breaks away. He's got a first down, and he keeps on his feet. Across midfield and be brought down. A gamble pays off early for the Patriots.
Well, I tell you, I see a lot of talking going on between both sides. The rivalry hasn't lost it. We'll see if the talent and the skill level is up to par, but definitely the emotions of the game are here.
Yeah, and that's an emotional play right there. A 4th and 1 early on, trying to establish yourselves. And this Pennwood team obviously definitely still has those 2 losses this season to go on their mind.
And you talked about the United 10, and Cheltenham is going to be in this made division that we created, and Reading is also going to be a part of it. There's going to be a lot of talented teams. Chester High School, of course, they're all Doval schools in there. There's going to be a lot of talent on these fields in the next couple weeks.
Kev hands this one off to Jones. Jones going to go backwards. Good job by the front four for Academy Park.
I think everybody's going to be keen on Jordan Jones. I mean, he was a phenomenal player with us. He was the other weapon that we had last year, and I think everybody's going to expect him to get touches. We're going to see how creative Coach Trooper is going to be. I know he's going to try to move guys around and get them touches in different spaces.
Yeah, you've seen Jones go in motion a couple of times, and you've seen Brooks in and out of the backfield. I have them listed on the sheet as athletes because they're going to play all over the field. You're not going to just get them in the backfield, just get them as receivers. Who knows, maybe even a Wildcat in there every once in a while. Kev, empty backfield in the gun. Jones joining him back there. Get a flag. Delay game on Pennwood. Back him up 5 more.
One thing Coach Troop and I talked about was I was always a believer that we should have a little more motion, and so he told me we were going to see some of that in the lineup, and it seems like they're trying to get the guys comfortable with moving Christian Suber around. Seeing he'll get some touches at both the fullback and the tight end spot, and he's another weapon for us who's been mainly a defensive player, but did play some tight end last year. So see if he can move these guys around and get them into position. Not to also mention Mike Price is outside, so see if the ball can move. And here we go. Malik Brooks in the backfield.
Brooks in the gun. We're going to get another whistle. Another delay.
Well, you know.
Continue to back it on up.
This is going to be part of the process of getting started. No scrimmages and
new signal caller, and like you said, no scrimmages. Part of the learning curve.
So now we're at 2nd and 20 plus, I would say.
2nd and 21 from the 45-yard line. Went from one side of midfield to the other. Here comes Jones. Toss it over to Jones. Jones trying to find some space, and he doesn't. He's brought down for a 6-yard loss. 3rd and 27 coming up. Tried to get to Jones twice. The last 2 plays they've ran, and both of them have gone for losses.
That tackle was by Ibrahim. We got a little update on him before the game, and they said he was a sound player, and he's up in the backfield. He's definitely keen on where Jordan Jones is going and focusing in at the linebacker position.
And you can see a commanding presence there in the middle of that defense.
And look at it back in the safety position right now.
And a handoff goes for a few. And now 4th and a while. Brooks was on the carry there. He picked up about 3. And the decision a lot easier this time around.
Well, I mean, you know, part of the game is we talk about, we've done a lot of basketball games, and what we talk about is turnovers. And when we talk about that on the football level, we're talking about penalties. And if we can get the teams to, if you can run the plays, then you have a shot to get first downs. If you go backwards, then you'll be punting like we are.
Yep, and here we go.
Christian Super with a new position here as punter.
Do it all, I guess.
Another 4-year starter here at Pennwood.
Super's punt just gets over midfield and gets a friendly Pennwood roll at the 38-yard line. And that is where Academy Park will take over. New starting quarterback for them as well. Anthony Rodriguez, the senior, under center for them.
Well, one thing that we were watching in pregame is Academy Park's got a couple big guys out there up front. Sam Hanna and Owen Nelson. There's a few big guys out there on the front line, so we're going to see how the Pennwood line can step up, take on this challenge up front.
Super's going to be right there in the thick of things.
I don't remember Khalil Sherrills being that big when he's playing on the front line for Pennwood out here. Sitting over here handling the camera for me.
Rodriguez Takes the snap, faked the handoff, and fired over to Willis, and that's Eric Willis. Remember the name. You're going to hear a lot from him in this one. Picks up a couple on first down.
I tell you what, the quarterback there, we were watching him in pregame, and he was really slinging the ball around. So see if he can transfer that into the game. Obviously, everybody's trying to keep it simple when they started coming out the backfield, but he definitely was throwing the ball around with some confidence in the pregame.
They seem to think that he was going to be the succession plan all along as he fakes the handoff there, makes a move, picks up a couple yards, and stays on his feet. In the end, it'll be about a gain of 1, but a nice shifty play from him to avoid the sack.
Yeah, he dodged Suber, and that's not always easy to do. But gave him a little herky-jerk and kept it alive, kept him in a 3rd and 5 situation here, so we'll see what they got.
And early on here, you mentioned that he can really sling it. Obviously, still his first real start. Are you trusting him to throw it on this one, or are you trying to pound this one through the Pennwood defense?
They're going to sling the ball. I think that
make the handoff. He's going to fire over. Incomplete. He was looking for number 4, Tariq Marrero, another wide receiver to look out for on this Academy Park roster.
Tariq Marrero, I'll tell you what, basketball season here in Academy Park, they didn't get a chance to play, but he's a good ball player, and I know he's going to bring some athleticism. I know he gets up over the rim and he can shoot the jumper, so we'll see if he can bring some of that to the wide receiver position.
Cabo Camara going to punt here for Academy Park. Both teams opting to have a defensive lineman punt for them.
Well, I'll tell you what, as much as I've watched Pennwood and Academy Park play, there's only been a couple times when the games have been really offensive. Really, these games have been won by the defenses. And it seemed like it's starting out that way today.
Okay, and this one high in the air. Rodriguez down there for Academy Park. And this one bounces off the Pennwood player. Does Rodriguez have it? And Rodriguez does. Academy Park going to be the beneficiary of a bounce right off the Pennwood player. And they'll have first down on the 25-yard line.
And, these are things that you feel like as a player that you can make a play off a bounce. But when you haven't been playing, it's hard to secure these things. And sometimes you got to let it go. And I talk to the kids a lot during basketball season. Said you got to let things go because you're just not prepared to do all of the body reactions that you need to do. And now we gave them the ball in almost the red zone territory, giving them a chance to score.
And with prime real estate here for them, 25 yards to go to get themselves on the board for the first time this season. Rodriguez in the gun. He's looking, firing. This is Marrero. Incomplete.
Took a shot out there on us.
With the good field position, nothing hurts to go for it on first down, especially Marrero. You mentioned quite athletic. Second target
for him. That he was going after Josh Hall. I think that's who it was. I'm trying to get a look over there. We have Christian Hunt on the other side. Been playing corner for us for a couple of years, but trying to see what the guys on the corners can handle each other out there. Got some good athletes on these wings.
Rodriguez once again. This time he's going to hand it off. And bouncing off a tackler, rolling downfield. That's a no-go. And now he is dragged backwards.
Like that was Jordan Johnson in the play? Jordan Jones?
Jordan Jones, it appears so. Stevens also helping him. He rolls back over to the other side of the field. Now a 3rd and long for the Knights.
Be a big defensive stand here. Pennwood can step up, and obviously this is 4th down territory regardless, but be a big chance at a good stop. They can make a play here.
Rodriguez in the gun. So now go to his right. Now he's looking, trying to go deep down the field and just overshoots Willis on the pass.
A little different with the guys out there in coverage. He's looking to take his shots down the field, but it was good coverage out there. Jordan was patrolling the safety area in the center of the field, and there was just no lanes. He just tossed it up there.
Yeah, one of those where if Willis makes a play, it's great, but really there was not a shot to be made on that one. That's a credit to that Patriots secondary.
Big place not to have another penalty. You got them in a 4th and long, and if you can get a stop here, it'll nullify the turnover.
Rodriguez once again in the gun. He's got Snow to his left. 2 receivers on each side of him. He's looking, firing across the middle, and that's caught. A first down. Number 12, Kenny Wright. They got a lot of expectations for him in this shortened season, and he gets his first reception of the year and couldn't have come at a bigger time for them.
Yeah, I like Academy Park spreading the ball out a little more passing. You usually put their best athlete at quarterback, and looking like they're trusting this guy to really get the ball going and giving people some shots down the field.
Now, 1st and goal from about the 8-yard line. Rodriguez in the gun. 4 receivers. He's firing across. Believe that's right again. Right, loses the football. Pennwood on top of it.
Uh-oh.
And much like the punt and the early season mistakes we talked about on one side, they come on the other end. Wright makes the catch, tries to make a move, and loses the football.
Very interesting so far. I mean, obviously you see what's going on up front. Academy Park's got some really big guys. I thought they were trying to pound the ball. They're always a physical team. I think that's why they're always so competitive in the 5A level. They have a combination of strength and athleticism that's tough to deal with, but they're kind of spreading the ball out, trying to sling it around and give their athletes some plays, and we were able to make a play on that one.
Now, Pennwood taking over. Long distance to go, but keeps the points off the board as we're under 4.5 minutes left in this first quarter.
There's nobody on Jordan. You got to get the ball
under
out
center
there.
And just taken back. Brooks couldn't find anything. Now, Kemp's going to go over and talk to the coaching staff, and if you could imagine what's going on over there, what do you think they're talking about?
I know Coach Troop, and I know the one thing he likes to do is get Jordan the ball, and he hasn't done that, but I think once so far today, or maybe twice, and they're both on pitches. I think you got to get him some passes out in the short, try to get him 1-on-1 or 1-on-2, and let him make some plays. He's a hard guy to bring down.
Once again, he seems to be just standing out there.
And there's nobody guarding him out there.
They're going to try and run it once again, and taken down nearly immediately is Brooks.
That's number 11. Who was that on there from AP?
Eric Willis on the other side of the ball, making a play. And now once again, 3rd and long.
I think one of the things that in the Pennwood Academy Park game is I'm always trying to see who's winning up front. And that puts a lot of pressure on the team to have to come up with some other plays and swing the ball around and be more creative. And these games are always physical. And right now it seems like Academy Park is dominating on the defensive side up front. So see where we got to get the ball to. And as we're actually talking, we once again remind everybody that this is no fans out here. And only us and the staff and people out here. But I'm looking around and I'm seeing there's a few moms and parents out there in the parking lot looking at the game. But I just want to remind everybody that this is a game where you can't contest. Yeah, I see you guys over there. I'm waving over there. I wish I had your names out, but I don't want to get you in trouble. But I see y'all. They told me they weren't going to miss their kids' game. So.
And we got some people over on the tennis courts, too, just watching from beyond the gates, beyond multiple gates at this point.
Yeah. We just hope that everybody stays healthy and safe, and we get the weather's breaking. Hopefully we don't get snow this week, but we can keep playing sports. One thing we will be doing is playing football. We're out here. We made it through.
Most Pennsylvania thing in the world to have 70 degrees on Friday and chance for snow on Tuesday, but let's talk football. I don't want to get into the frustration there.
3rd and 12.
3rd and long. Kev pitching it to Brooks. Brooks trying to break outside. He's got some space. He's moving upfield. We got flags on the play as Brooks continues to work his way upfield.
We can hear the talking out here.
It was a good run and then a strong hit at the end, so both sides definitely have a case to plead for a good play.
Mike Price is a good athlete on the outside, does a good job of catching the ball and also does a good job blocking. But I think he got snagged here for a hold, which was going to stop what was about to be a good first down for us. Chop block.
Chop block.
That wasn't him.
Marching back. Conversation about where they're going with this. And a little explanation. I don't know if you see what's happening right now as they're talking to Jones, actually, one of the officials, about defining what happened and why they threw the flag. A little bit of a teaching moment.
I just want to thank everybody participating in this, from officials that are out here working with us, and to both the administrations of trying to find a way to allow the student athletes to compete and move forward, and Academy Park bringing us over here to be part of the process. It definitely work on both sides of the coins, and we're happy to be here and be supporting the kids. So I want to thank everybody for their participation in that process.
And after all that, it's going to be a 3rd and 9 as Brooks continuing to move. He shakes off a tackler, gets upfield, and he's going to be past that first down marker.
I'll tell you what, he looks a little shifty out there.
Certainly got the speed going, and see if he's got the legs for all 4 quarters. But if the first score is any indication, this is going to be a good game for him. And I believe someone in the press box pregame said that Brooks was going to be their standout for today. I remember hearing that in the conversation as I was going over my notes. I don't know who we got to give credit to, but somebody had Brooks as their standout for today.
Yeah, I know they're planning on using him a lot of different ways, and once again, I'm still waiting to see him get Jordan and Mike Price the ball, so hoping to see some of that coming up.
This one goes to Jordan, and he's up the field for a gain of a few. Had some space, good blocking there to get him to that next level of the defense.
Anxious to see how Christian Suber playing both sides of the ball. I mean, I think he hasn't missed a snap so far. I know he's not the only one. I mean, this is high school and we do that, but when you're laboring up front, you're blocking and you're tackling, it's a little bit more difficult than when you're just covering.
Quick whistle. And a timeout from Academy Park. And right now, after a couple of impressive runs, what do you think the conversation is going to be like there?
Well, I'll tell you what. I get the opportunity to work with Jason Vo as ADs. He serves in both roles here, and he's an intense guy, and so is Out of Troop. Different types and styles of personalities, but these guys are intense. And, you know, there's only so much that I try to, you know, have conversation with Jason when we have these games because I know the intensity builds up. There's just a rivalry here between Pennwood and Academy Park, and that none of us can avoid, right? And so it's interesting to watch him work on the boardroom with him and then watch him on the sidelines. But I would tell you, he's yelling. For the AP people, he's yelling nicely.
Yeah. Coaching him up as a 2nd and 5 awaits. In terms of what we've seen so far, a lot of Brooks, a lot of Jones, that's more what to expect. And what do you think as this game progresses? You've mentioned a couple times getting more people involved. What do you want to see out of this Pennwood offense?
I want to see him get the ball in the different guys' hands. That's what I'm looking to see here. And I'm expecting some more creativity, so we'll see what they got.
A handoff here. This one to Jones. Trying to fight his way up. I think he gains about a yard, and we'll get 3rd and 4.
Actually not doing as bad up front as I expected. I hope that didn't come off wrong, but it's always, you know, with us, we don't get the kids that are playing linemen all their lives. You know, that's the difference between some of these other communities, and you get kids that are coming up together through their youth football programs, and we do too, but you know, nobody's signing up to be the big guys up front. So I'm always anxious to see who develops and we can get a core group up there.
Kemp tosses this one out to Jones. Jones makes a move to the outside. He's got some space. A flag on the field. He's going to keep on running as he is down inside the 20 And he's going to take it all the way to the end zone, but there is a flag all the way back near the line of scrimmage. And I can tell you by the reactions that we've got from the Patriots which way this one's going.
Anxious to see.
That's a holding.
I thought they had a shot at that one. Once again, I'm looking at the whole Mike Price situation to see if there's him out there blocking, but
in terms of getting Jones involved, there you go. That's the potential you've got.
He's what you call a home run hitter. You know what I mean? He's a guy that you get him the ball, he's going to make one guy miss, and he's a touchdown. But after a run like that, he's probably on the sideline.
Quick breather for him, as he is. Going into his bag to get something to drink, I assume. Kempf under center once again now. 3rd and 4 turns into 3rd and 14.
We haven't seen us open the ball up and throw a pass yet, and we still didn't.
Toss just gets taken down in the backfield. That is number 23, Demir Salmons. Shot out of a cannon to take Brooks down.
You know, we work in a weird space. I mean, obviously, when you're looking at Pennwood and County Park, we're literally not only right next to each other, but our communities just intertwined. Kids play youth football on both sides of the fence. You know, we get kids that are growing up and they're playing youth football over here, and some of them playing on our side. And when they weren't playing, people were saying, "Why don't you have a joint program?" I said, "Nobody would want to see that."
Man punts this one, and might have got a piece of that. Rodriguez going to catch it, take it down, and that'll be Rhyme starting field position for the Knights.
All right, Christian Super, we gave you a pass on the first one, but the second one, he's a little frustrated, so we'll see how he maintains that position. One of the things that we have right now is we're not allowing our student athletes to cross sports. So our kickers and our punters at times would have been soccer players.
Right.
But we're trying to keep us in pods, and so we're not having that, so it's a little interesting to see. All right, Academy Park in another scoring position here.
Academy Park, for those who were not tuned in, had a chance to score earlier, got into a 1st and goal situation, had a fumble, and we had a timeout from Pennwood. Talk things over. They were in prime scoring position, and then a fumble derailed that, and a couple of miscues on each side early on, as to be expected in the early season, but we're about 1 quarter through. As the football you expected to see, the football you're getting so far?
I'm just happy to see everybody playing. You know, I mean, it's good. Weather's held out for us. I'm checking out, you know, me, I'm the AD. I'm also checking out the defensive coordinator for Academy Park. He's been on the field a few times, and seeing who's out here with Jason calling the plays. And then I'm also watching our assistant coaches coming out, talking to them as well. It's an interesting part when you come to football. There's so many people in different roles that have to influence the program. So,
and putting all those people in a position to succeed and work with one another, building out those stats, what goes into preparing something like that?
You know, the interesting part for me is that we're going to get a lot of first-time head coaches. Mm-hmm. I think in the 2 years that I've been here, that I get coaches that were coaching another place and brought them over to our situation. So I really spent a lot of time trying to focus on bringing assistant coaches that we can groom up. Mm-hmm. Some are coming from the youth football leagues as well, so they know the kids, and there's a community relationship there. So I'm always peeking at who's on the sidelines.
Now we've got Academy Park at the 20-yard line in the red zone. Rodriguez takes the snap, and we got flags. A false start on Academy Park, so back it up another 5 yards, and we'll try it all over again.
I'm a professional football guy, so it looks like a legal motion. I think that's going to be the issue, is having guys come across a motion and be able to do it and be in their proper position.
Now, do we have a second one in motion? That's on me. If I missed that one, thank you for pointing that one out.
No, it's That's what they call it, I think, what you called it there.
Rodriguez in the gun once more. This time a handoff. Good hold to work with and continuing to churn the legs moving forward. Moss Vincent brought him down. Trying to get, that's Jalen Hallman on the carry, and that brings us to the end of the first quarter. It's all knotted up at 0. We'll take a quick break here on SFPN and bring you right back for the second quarter action. Welcome on back into SFBN. Ray Dunn joined by Rap Curry as Pennwood and Academy Park are playing some spring football. Of course, the shortened season in this spring as we try and adapt and get as many sports seasons in throughout the ongoing pandemic. Right now at Knight Park, it's all knot up at 0 in this second quarter. And we have Academy Park threatening. Backed up again by a penalty. And they'll be at 2nd and 15. Rodriguez looking, firing, finds Willis. Willis dragged down. Good work there by Brooks, taking him to the turf.
And that was the first time I seen Christian Suber get back there. He's a guy that's been harassing offensive lines all for years. And, you know, this was a kid who wasn't sure if he was ready to play high school football and then bounced out as a 9th grader and dominated. So looking to see him play these last few games as well. He's had a good 4 years here.
And some interest from the next level with a kid like him who's played very well, as you said, through 4 years for Pennwood. Curious to see beyond. Of course, you want to get through these first 6 games of this spring, and then decisions happen as decisions may. Rodriguez in the gun now. Hallman to his left. A screen pass here, and that's Marrero.
There he is again.
And he is just eating up, and you mentioned Suber doing it right on cue for you. Well, 4th down upcoming for the Knights.
There's Aaron Stevens out there. Older brother played a couple years ago, but he was out there putting pressure out there, held it down, and gave Super a chance to get over. Got some interesting talent on the defensive side. And, waiting to see a little bit from Denier Williams, 11th grader, who's earned his keep back last year and then had a good finish. So I'm looking to see him make some plays. Big 4th down. Big
4th down coming here. Inside the 25-yard line, Rodriguez looking, scanning, firing, heading towards the end zone. This is Willis. He's in. Touchdown, Knights. He'll take an early lead. Rodriguez to Willis.
One-on-one matchups. Got it out there on Jordan, and he beat him. Got a little air underneath it, lofted up, gave him a chance to make a play.
That's one of those as a defensive back. You just get caught watching it a little too much, watching the ball instead of guarding the man. Willis uses his speed to get under that.
Struggling with that field position game. We just, between the punts and the penalties, we just had the ball on our side of the field. I thought we were going to get out of it once again, but AP answers first, gets on the board. Starts United 10 season off with a touchdown.
Interesting little tidbit on the Academy Park side as they go for this extra point. Rodriguez also serves as the team's long snapper. Role he had last year, and now even as QB1, he is still the long snapper as that snap is through, the kick is up, and it is good. A 7-0 lead for Academy Park.
All right. We're on the pop, and there's some points on the board.
And now for Pennwood, in terms of responding, we haven't seen them take into the air. Do you think you get a little more aggressive this time around?
I think you gotta stay true to the to what you know how to do. Obviously, you know how big is the playbook at this time of the season and in this process. So I would think that you have to stick to the game plan. I think they want to run the ball. I like to see a couple swings out the backfield to the running backs, but we've been a little more conservative. Academy Park is trying to sling the ball and get it out a little more, and as we see, we're celebrating over there with their first touchdown on the sideline.
Rodriguez certainly pumped up on the side. First time with extended look as the #1 quarterback for Academy Park, and puts that one up. He's got quite the arm to him.
Yeah, he slings the ball. He looked a little nervous to start the game off out there, but he stood in there, had a little bit of pressure last couple throws, and he took a shot. And that's all you can ask right now. You know what I mean? You're asking the kids to come out there and play without a lot of I'm getting text messages from some of the parents on the other side. I take all the coaching and information I can get, so I'm going to update you guys in a second. But, you know, he's swinging the ball. He's over there celebrating, and let's see if Pennwood can respond here.
This one fielded. That is Jones.
Uh-oh.
He finds a hole, and Jones is moving.
Uh-oh.
Keeps on his feet, and he's across midfield down near the 46. That's the type of spark you need in terms of field position for this Patriots squad.
Oh, yeah. Got to get the ball in his hands. I mean, we saw that he had his touchdown call back. We got to get him some more touches.
Taking the field, Pennwood. As we mentioned, the last drive started deep in their own territory. The first drive, they were able to pick up a first down, and then a couple penalties, a backwards play, and that drive was stifled.
All right, I'm getting updates from Coach Calvin, who's over there by the gate. He's telling me that Minor Rowe and Suber have played together since they were 6 years old, and that's what I was talking about with these teams. You got guys on both sides that play for each other, and Penn comes out passing.
And here we go, a look now for Kempf. Kempf's going to take it. He keeps on running. He keeps on moving.
Okay, big fella.
Taken out of bounds. And that's a start, rolling out and find himself a good gain.
It looked like he lost the shoe. He had people open. If he just didn't have time to get the ball out, but
if you lost the shoe that early in the process, you might think that had something to do with the thought process of taking it down, running, can't quite get your planted foot to fire away.
That means I got to get out the way because they're coming.
Move him up for a first down. A gain of 10 on that run.
Give a shout out. We got Truth in the booth up here. He's used to calling the games when we get back over to Pennwood. I don't know who I'm going to have to run the cameras once we get back over to Pennwood. Not sure if we're going to let him talk. We don't have many. Well, we're going to have a few fans there. We'll have a couple home fans at the games. All my Pennwood fans that are over there. If your kid's playing, we'll have room for you in the building.
I was expecting a raucous applause for you there saying that. Kempf now looking, firing, and that one's just short to Brooks. And the pressing got on there really quickly. Pressure, excuse me.
It looked like a little screen pass there, trying to get it out to the backs, and that's what I'm looking to see. Him get them some touches out of the backfield, but still get the ball into the running back's hands.
Abraham Sonogo really got in there and disrupted right in Kemp's face. And that was 2nd and 10 upcoming. A little sense of normalcy hearing the cheerleaders as this goes, and the little things of how many people you can get in and how many people are a part of this is pass here from Kemp finds Brooks. Brooks moving. Brooks on the outside. That's a flag on the field as he heads into the end zone. And there's clear disappointment on the Pennwood side, as you had that all the way when you saw that at first.
I see there. It looks like they're trying to call a clip or something. I see the coaches over there.
Trying to back him up. A big play there, and that was just a good look. Brooks was moving across the middle. Kemp found him and just needed that one block, and that's fortunately where you're getting source of the flag.
It's a little tough here when you got to go back and watch the film and you see 2 of your touchdowns come back, especially since they opened up the offense a little bit out the backfield. So that's 2 plays that performed for you, but, you know, it looked like there was a clip there, but we also had the holding belt or the chop block on the one earlier for Jordan Jones, so got to stick with it.
Now second and about 12. Kemp under center and tosses this one out to Brooks. Brooks trying to make a move. Able to shake some defenders, working really hard to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think in the end he'll pick up 1. Voids the big loss, but nothing doing on that second and 12.
So, you know, as a Pennwood Patriot there, I was avoiding that cheerleading comment right there. Obviously, there's always been a cheerleading battle. It's always existed here between the rivalry schools in our league, AP Pennwood, Chester Pennwood, and so on. But we're hoping to see our cheerleaders back on the sidelines with us as well.
Kemp in the gun, looking, firing. A little miscommunication with Jones. That one is out of bounds.
He was open, though. I mean, that's what you're looking for. You let him get some shots out in the open field. He was open, but we missed him.
So in terms of the cheerleader battle, you're disappointed that you can't have a Pennwood response to what's happening over on this sideline.
The cheerleading battles of Pennwood AP and Pennwood Chester sometimes outweigh the game. I tell you, it's a war within a war. But so we're definitely missing the family atmosphere that comes from having our cheerleaders out there. So, like I said, I hope we're going to see them back out there soon.
And you mentioned the family atmosphere is we're in a little bit of break here. I'll break out on this, but the family atmosphere between the 2 communities so closely intertwined. Not having people here, I mean, I feel like this is kind of a little community reunion every time these 2 teams get together.
I don't know if we call it a reunion.
Yeah, rivalry in the worst way. In the worst way of reunion. But
we get it together after the game a day or two because somebody gets bragging rights. So after everybody gets to vent out their stuff, it's usually get back together. But I tell you what, it's there's nothing like, I'm gonna tell you, hosting a Pennwood County Park game is probably the hardest thing that I have to do while I'm here. So this thing would be packed if everybody was allowed to come out here, and that's why we're here today. And we got permission to show you guys the game so we can kind of bring you all in tune with what's going on.
Well, now 4th and about 10, 5 receivers. Kemp feeling the pressure and just taken down. Good work on the blitz from Academy Park. It's number 5, Kamara, coming off the end, defensively bringing down Kemp.
Also some pressure for number 23.
Yeah, Demir Salmons also in on that one, and what looked like a good opportunity has now turned into an Academy Park possession.
What we really underestimate is the athletic ability that both teams usually have. You know what I mean? So you call up a good play and you get some blocking, you think you're moving, and then somebody makes an athletic play, and then what are you going to do about it? Pennwood guys run on a little late.
Rodriguez in the gun, hands this one off. This is Sonogo. He's going to keep himself up, pick up a few more, and he's still chugging. Getting close to that first down marker. They'll bring him down just a yard or 2 shy. Really, really powerful run there by him. Done well on both sides.
Again?
Yeah, done well on both sides so far.
Yeah, he's definitely he's a tough kid, athletic kid. Took a couple good shots. I thought they were going to bring him down, stopped him for a loss. Well, he got out of bounds. It was second and 3.
In the end, a 7-yard run for him. 2nd and 3, and Rodriguez now in the gun. Moves Willis. And that one's going right back to Sunogo. He moves upfield, picks up the first down. Power work so far for him.
This is looking what I see from Coach Vo. Trying to give a little bit of misdirection. Had to look like the ball's going one way and giving him a chance to get out there and try to take on some one-on-one.
You've got to respect wherever Willis is moving, wherever he's headed. Perfect kind of misdirection there as Sunogo now going to come off the field. Holman will replace him in the huddle. More than earned to play off. Moving quickly, Rodriguez in the gun. 3 receivers to his left. He's got Holman to his left. And now he's looking to his left, scrambling. He's firing up into the secondary. Incomplete.
It's a good play. I thought we had a chance to pick that one off, but for a second looked like he was going to complete it, but made an adjustment over there. So over there on Hunt's side. Thought I saw.
That's a Ron Stevens that was back there.
That's Ron Stevens making the play?
If I can read what lines up with what number-wise. Got that right? Yeah, Ron Stevens back there. That was one of the cases of he felt the pressure and just had to get rid of that. Give his receiver a chance. That was a good job by Pennwood. Keeping under control. Similar setup here in this play. 3 receivers to the left and running back to his left. 2nd and 10. Holman. Fake the handoff to him. Suber just can't finish the tackle on him, and Rodriguez is going to end up picking up 4. Suber had that red right. Not able to finish.
People don't get away from Suber normally like that. I just think that's reps and playing time there. He's doing what he does, which is getting in the backfield. It was a good play. Picked a couple. 3rd down.
Ends up being 4 yards. 3rd and 6. Imagine on this side of the field, and with the way these two teams played so far, you have 2 plays to pick up the 6 yards.
Let's see what they do in the second.
Take the handoff to Holman, and I see a flag on the other side, so stay tuned for that. Right, going to end up picking up a yard, and a little back and forth. Blocking, it's a little aggressive. Officials explaining what's happening over to the Pennwood side.
I see Daniel Semley making some plays. He was in the backfield, had to hustle that ball out. Didn't really get a chance to get their linemen out there on the smaller guys to get some blocking. So it was good pressure up the middle. I'm trying to watch the front lung guys. We're also getting some plays from, it looks like he's coming out, number 56. He was in the backfield at the end of the first quarter. Moss Vincent. And so now we have penalties moving us back, 3rd and 10.
Officials trying to clarify something between themselves.
I was trying to see if it was a timeout, but somebody yelling when I'm yelling. I think I saw Pennwood use 2 already.
Yeah, I think they were trying to get the spot of the ball because it was 3rd and 6, and if you get a call where they're backing it up, they only backed it up 3 yards.
Yeah. Little home cooking. Somebody on the Pennwood side was getting their math right.
Somebody calculating the yard. That doesn't add up over there.
Now I was looking about 3rd and 12. It should have been like 11, but I guess we'll take the extra yards. They're going to give it to us.
Well, they heard you say home cooking. It was an overcorrection on your behalf. Rodriguez in the gun.
Look like we're in a little bit of zone back here. We got 3 guys deep. We got beat in the man-to-man.
Rodriguez looking. Nothing. Now he's being chased. He's going to try and take off. A good move to pick up a few more, but he's going to be short of that first down.
Well, it's a good play. It puts them in a 4th and manageable. I would assume they're going to go for it here. This is where Pennwood's got to make a play and try to get the ball at like very close to midfield instead of where we've been getting the ball, which is deep in our own territory.
Right. 4th and 4, and that field position is going to be huge. You saw what they were able to really start with the Jones kickoff return. And had there not been the penalty on that drive, you're looking at a touchdown. Does a lot when you can open up the field, not staring at your own end zone. Now Rodriguez firing. This one, Marrero. He's going to be brought down. This one's going to be close.
Looked like he was short. What you think? First down?
I think they're going to get him the first down. And they're signaling for that first down. I'm just watching the change at this point.
Chains haven't moved that one.
That official keeps throwing his arm forward.
Sure does.
No one's listening. And there we go. It will be a first down. So finds Moreau for about 5 yards and a first down. You got your tackle just 1 yard too far.
Playing the zone because we got beaten the man-to-man, and you gave it the underneath. It was a good decision. Get the ball out.
Now 1st and 10, Rodriguez looking to run. He's got a hole. He's well past that first down marker. Another good call there from Academy Park. Flashing the legs a little bit after he showed off the arm early.
They do a good job. They do a good job with their game plan. You know what I mean? They take advantage of what you give them. We've made some adjustments there, and I think they're doing a good job. They're spreading us out, so now it's opened up some running lanes. So we'll see if our alignment can hold up. That's the challenge, right? Can you hold up without having all the reps and playing as much football and having as much practice?
Have another chance right here. Rodriguez in the gun. He's going to go next to him, and he's looking to run again. This time not getting as far, but he does bounce off a tackler. And now we've got a pile, and helmet comes flying. That's usually a good indication to blow this thing dead.
Still got about 3-4 out of that. 4.
Got a couple, and
no, looked like
a lot of
he took it in
whistles.
there. That was his helmet that came popping off.
And he's now on the sideline. They're taking a look at him. Tough running downhill.
Like he's popping up, like he's getting it together.
It looks like Willis is going to be the one taking the snap. So usually in the slot, Eric Willis now the acting quarterback. And he hands it off. Sanogo right up the middle.
Ball.
That ball's out, and Pennwood's got it.
Demir.
Denier Williams is able to recover that fumble, and not the best field position, but you're certainly taking that as the way that Academy Park was running down the field.
Interesting situation. They went to a read option there, and I thought Levin was going to hold the ball and take it outside. He gave it to one, had a good hole up front, got a nice hole. Thought they were going to turn that into a score, but then he lost the ball. The second fumble of the day.
Second fumble of the day.
All right, Pennwood offense, let's go. A couple home penalties keeping us back. See if we can get something here.
3 minutes and 43 seconds remain in the half. For this Pennwood offense that's relied heavily on the run, they're going to have to spice it up a little bit as Brooks moves forward for a yard or two.
We've played such downfield football over the last few years. It's been hard. We've been stretching the field out with the Kennedy Poles and Nari and Mike Price last year. There's been good receivers that we've had out here, so we've been stretching the field and using the running game underneath. It's looking to see it stretch it a little bit, at least get.
Kempf now looking. He
Suber
finds Suber. Suber's open. He makes a move to the outside.
He's going to be hard to tackle.
He slips through that one.
He's going to be hard to tackle.
He's across midfield.
He's hard to tackle.
And knocked down near the 40-yard line.
Big fella. Get the big fella the ball out there. I see him clapping over there in the parking lot.
Flex there by Suber at the end of that play as He was able to shake off the tackler and keep on rumbling down the field. They're marking him out at the 45, and that's the big play you're looking for.
That is the big play you're looking for. You got to get him a couple more touches. Listen. Getting it right in the out, those little out and up, and make him tackle.
Now Kemp takes the high snap and hands it off. About 2 on that one. Brooks just working.
So evaluating Kemp over this, I think he's gotten a little more confident. We're going to see if he can progress. You know, he's got some good weapons around him. If he can become more confident, can make plays out there, we'll see if it'll step the offense up. But he's just a guy with no varsity experience last year and very little JV before that. So stepping into a big role.
Now Kemp tossing this one. Jones has it. Jones on the outside. He's getting moving. He's busy. Up the field and out of bounds inside the 30-yard line.
Yeah, come from the truth from the boot. What would that be, Khalil?
First down.
First down. First down.
And now,
the most famous person in Pennwood football history there. The truth from the booth.
first down at the 30-yard line. 2 minutes and 10 seconds remain in the half. Kemp tossed it one more time. It worked before. Let's see it again. Jones to the outside. Jones speeding down towards that first down marker. We'll see where they got him.
Taking advantage, using the sideline, trying to keep the clock so you can run the ball a little bit here and get a chance to still get in there and call a play. If you know how good is your 2-minute drill after 10 practices, right? So anxious to see if they try to stick to the outside and can stop the clock that way. Obviously, every first down it stops the clock, so we'll see.
Now this one once again up the middle. And Jones stops still shy of that first down marker. Moving a little quickly now as we get inside 2 minutes.
Yeah, I'm going to give it right back to him, see if we can just get this first down here.
Third and short. Kemp tossing it out to Jones. Jones cuts back, makes a move. He's up for that first down and more.
Boy's nifty.
Just refuses to go down. Really only by his own accord. He's gone out of bounds, and then in that one just diving forward.
Yeah, there's a lot of angles. He's shifty, hard to tackle. Quick on his feet, see what's happening here.
You got Brooks in the backfield. He'll get the toss, and he's headed to the outside. Cuts back, and he's inside the 10-yard line. And they found something that works, and they're exploiting it until Academy Park proves they can stop it.
Good timeout by Academy Park. It felt like they were wearing down a little bit. You don't want to really give Pennwood extra time to call their own plays. They're really going to try to probably get 2 plays called here just in case they don't get the first down here. But this is really a good opportunity to take a shot.
Absolutely. And for this Academy Park side, how difficult must it be to try and take down Brooks and Jones in the open field?
I mean, you think about it, you know, how many days before you start hitting? You know, that was,
right.
You got to think about it. The first week we had of practices was pretty much in the gym. You know what I mean? Like, so there wasn't any hitting going on.
Not fun to be tackled on that.
So finally when we got the snow melted out there, we were getting out there pretty much in the mud. And so how much tackling do these guys really have? So when you talk about guys who are quick and a little shifty, well, it's tough to bring them down.
So you mentioned wanting to take a shot. If you could draw this one up any way for yourself, who and where is this going?
Say this one more time. I'm sorry. I'm getting text messages from.
All good. If you mentioned taking
we'll
a shot
here. We'll
here.
look at Facebook in a minute and see what's going on. I should be watching Facebook. Go. What were we saying?
If you could draw it up to go to anyone, anywhere right now, what's the plan?
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to look for Subaru over the middle. I'm going to try to really – I think Troop's going to run the ball here, try to get a first down, but I'm going to look for Subaru over the middle. I'd move him to the tight end role.
Toss to Brooks. Brooks cuts back. He's got some space. Taking it to the outside, and he's in for the touchdown. Malik Brooks with the first touchdown of the season for Pennwood, and they're an extra point away from tying it.
Yeah. I tell you what, He looks quick. I mean, he looks like he's been working out. I don't know if anybody else has been out there working out, but he looks like he's ready to play. Yeah, and truthfully, he had Suber out there leading the blocks out there, but he kind of broke apart and went back towards the middle. But I just think AP got a little tired there. There's a lot of plays on defense.
And now we got Kempf coming back onto the field, which can mean one thing here. 2-point conversion try.
Truth's kind of like Doug Peterson on fourth down. Like it's 2-point conversions are coming up, so he is not playing for ties. So we're going to see if we can get up 8-7, which will be good for us. Come on now.
Suber behind Kempf, and we got some whistles and some laundry on the field. The pole got in my way for seeing the referees.
Yeah, I had that problem over here too. On the other side here. 5 yards back actually gives you a little more room. You know what I mean? You think 2 yards or closer, you can get a nice rundown. But now you can spread them out a little more. Take advantage of the mismatch.
We shall see what they are thinking. Suber in the backfield, and now Kempf rolling out, and he's got a lot of pressure in his face. That's Sonogo taking him down. So Sonogo had the fumble on the other side. Comes up with the big play defensively here to keep the lead for Academy Park with just under a minute left in the half.
Yeah, he's all over the field. He's a really good athlete. He's all over the field, and when we look at it, he's going to be one of the guys. If AP's going to have a chance to hold on to this thing, he's going to make some plays for him. Like to see us get that playoff, see what we're going to do here, but it didn't happen. So 7-6, 59 seconds left. Up to the special teams to hold it right now and get us into halftime.
Of course, the storyline going into that last play of the Academy Park possession was the fact Rodriguez came out and was down. He's been up and smiling, moving around, talking to teammates on the sideline. So one would expect him to get back on the field, and having him back on the field for this last possession gives them the opportunity to really spread this one out and try and take a shot before we head into halftime.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's definitely a leader on this sideline. He's talking to everybody. So he had a couple minutes down the field. Now he's back in everybody's face, pumping them up. Now he's waving to the it wasn't fans. I don't know who's here. Cheerleaders, maybe? I'm not sure who he's talking to. He's talking to somebody.
But he's having fun.
He's having fun. The kids are happy to be playing, and I know it's been tough, and we'll probably talk a little bit about it, but doing everything to really get everybody out here playing, and they're having a ball.
Now, Pennwood going to kick this one off. One right down the middle. Bouncing, and we did have that one touched, but it's going to be picked up, and now a real open space. Good job closing on that one. Number 22 able to bring him down. That's Marcus Sakor, excuse me. And that was a good return by Sonogo. Got moving. We do have a Academy Park player down.
I tell you what we talked about all week in the athletic department was the amount of cramping we saw during basketball season, and this is what this is looking like. It's just going to be a tough thing. Kids don't hydrate as it is, but when you're talking about, getting out here and trying to compete and playing, you can't even practice at game speed the way you would like to because, we haven't been outside. So we're going to deal with a lot of cramping, and we're actually not playing the JV game as we anticipated to, just because it's going to be the first week and thought we needed a little more time. So
I think that'd be interesting. I mean, obviously the temperature going down today more in the 50s, but you peaked at 70 this week. Coming out of playing football in 70-degree weather isn't exactly the normal anyways, but coming out of an off-season where you didn't have a lot of time, I'm curious how the week of practice went with hydrating and keeping everyone on the field, just in that element where the weather was so much warmer than usual.
Well, hydration is tough because we can't really provide them water.
Right.
So they have to bring their own water, and to all the parents that are listening, like, your kid's not going to get through with a 20-ounce water to get through a game, you know what I mean? So it's between getting kids up who stay up late and then trying to get them to hydrate before a game. You got to do it the day before anyway, but it's difficult. We're kind of figuring out, like, how are we going to really help these kids?
In the meantime, the player down for Academy Park was Eric Willis. That is a big loss for them. He comes limping off the field, and that one is completed. Rodriguez finding his target, so 5 yards on first down. Have to move a little bit quicker here.
I might shut it down. I actually thought, I'm sorry, I mean to cut you off. I thought that was almost an interception right there. But I thought that they were just going to take it right in half, but they were trying to move the ball a little bit.
Marrero picking up 5 yards, and now Rodriguez looking once again, throwing into a crowd, and we've got flags. That'll stop the clock. 20 seconds on the scoreboard. Their own 45-yard line.
I didn't see what happened in the backfield. There was some pressure out of there. I'm assuming that was Suber, but there's some pressure
holding.
Yeah.
So that'll back them up. 2nd and 15 now. Oh, we're going even further back.
What was that penalty call? You see that?
I didn't see. I was trying to figure out whether or not they got the spotting right, and saw the official went for another flag. I don't know.
Couldn't have been a whole. 15-yard penalty.
Right, they're rolling back 15. Now from 2nd and 5 to 2nd and 20, Rodriguez in the gun. They're still trying to fire away. He rolls out.
I tell you what,
he's firing downfield.
That's a pick.
That one incomplete. Christian Hunt was there in the secondary, just could not bring that one down.
I was hoping Hunt was going to get his hands on that and see if he was going to make some moves and try to bring that thing back for us. But, our defensive ends with Demir on one side and Suber on the other side, both bringing pressure. We got speed on the outside, so it's tough to sit back there and think you're going to throw the ball on us.
That's a couple of times now where Rodriguez has had to shift one way and start rolling out. So now 4 receivers and a running back to his left. Handoff. And that should do it for the half as he's brought down. 4th down. And the clock ticks down to 0. It's halftime here at Academy Park High School with the Knights up 7-6 over Pennwood. We'll be back with the second half. Rap Curry and myself, Ray Dunn, here for SFBN. Welcome back into Knight Park on Academy Park High School's campus. It's the second half of this game between Pennwood and Academy Park. Academy Park holding a 7-6 lead. We got whistles, we got laundry on the field. And they're going to back up the kicking unit. Penalty on Pennwood. But for those who were not with us in the first half, a couple opportunities on both sides to score. The 7-6 score doesn't quite reflect how good the offense has looked at times. However, miscues keeping both teams off the board multiple times. A couple of penalties brought back 2 Pennwood touchdowns. And a fumble in the red zone for Academy Park kept them out of the end zone on 1 possession. I'm Ray Dunn, joined by Rap Curry here in the booth. And Rap, out of that first half, what did you see as Pennwood kicks this one off?
I got to see a few things. I watched both teams kind of change their offense up a little bit. Good run out for Academy Park, get some field position. I saw Academy Park, first of all, they dominated the first quarter in field position. And they finally were able to take advantage of that and get a score and get up 7-0 off of the big pass play. But initially, Academy Park tried to come out and pass the ball, spread us out a little bit. Then they tried to run the ball a little bit. Pennwood came out the opposite way, which they were really conservative in running the ball, trying to establish that. And then they started swinging the ball out the backfield to the running backs. And the big quick square out to Suber, he turned it for 45 yards. So both teams kind of keeping both teams in balance. We'll see who's ready to come out here for the second half.
You mentioned trying to spread out. Anthony Rodriguez and his Academy Park squad will right now. Of course, Rodriguez, new starting quarterback. We got
good coverage.
A flag on the field. Suber got in the backfield. The pass to Marrero goes incomplete. Good coverage, as you said. Brooks working there. And good news on Academy Park's side is Eric Willis, who left the game limping in the first half, is on the field right now for the Knights.
We got Chris Suber with some pressure there, and then that was Haley in coverage, number 19, coming fresh off of basketball season, getting out here making some coverage. And now we're at second and 10, and see Penn had a good start there, see what they can do here defensively.
Rodriguez in the gun once again. 1 touchdown in this game for them was a pass from he to Eric Willis. And he's looking Willis's way right now. Pressure coming. Willis does make the catch. Dives forward for a couple. Be about 3rd and 5.
AP is definitely winning, and up front is a bigger line, but I feel like the Penn line's been a little bit more aggressive. They're definitely getting some pressure, making him get the ball out a little faster, and not letting them get those athletes down the field and some man end zone coverage. 3rd and about 6/7 here. Back in the shotgun. 3 to one side.
Looking at Willis in the slot. Looking his way almost the entire way on that last play. And now he hands it off and brings him down. They assume near midfield, and the way these two teams have been aggressive, that was 2 down territory.
Yes. Actually, it was good to pick up a couple there for you didn't have to go for a bigger play, but I think they're going to punt it. They are.
Interesting decision here early in this 3rd quarter. Kamar back to punt it. Had a couple of punts in this one. Got some good air on them. A little bit of confusion on Academy Park side. We mentioned, not a lot of practice time, no scrimmages before this. You're just jumping right into a season. That's to be expected. And they're getting for a delay of game.
Yeah, Truthful Booth was up here calling that. First he's talking about the fake, but then delay of game as Academy Park was trying to get their players settled. But no, definitely in a punt situation. So Pennwood got a 3 and out here to start the second half and see if we can get a little something on this return here. Multi-purpose Mike Price back here. See if we can get some.
That one hit short, and that one's going to be picked up and taking it down the sideline. Just saw the ball bounce right to him, and he's able to bring it down. That's Aron Stevens inside the 40-yard line, about the 36, 37-yard line, and that's great field position for this Patriots team.
Yeah, that's heads up football there, and he's been very active in the game on the corner and out there. So that's a big play because really, in essence, not only did did we swing field position, but you advanced the ball. So good position here for Penn. Let's see if they can get started. See if they can get the ball back into Malik Brooks' hands.
2 in the backfield, and what looks like a screen going well high of Jones. believe he had Suber and Brooks in the backfield in the I formation.
I love the idea of trying to get the ball out to Jordan Jones out there in a position where he's one-on-one with a defender. But, our new cornerback, Jason Kemp, has just got to be more accurate with the ball and a little more confident.
Kemp under center one more time. Still got Suber and Brooks in the backfield. Loses the ball. That one, not sure who was able to get under that one, as it looked like Suber had to grab at, and he did, so it'll be third down. First 2 snaps of the game they had trouble holding on to. Ever since then, Kemp has done a good job handling the snaps.
Yeah, to not take advantage of this field position here.
Third and long. Suber and Brooks in the backfield again. Toss out to Brooks. Something that worked well in that first half. As he heads to the sideline, there's a flag.
I should see what the call is here. Is that another holding penalty or?
Thinking it's going the other way. We're hearing in the booth here that it's late hit.
Man, they're moving a chain.
And they got him. Good call. Up here, giving us that insight from what we couldn't see. That'll be a first down, and certainly a difficult situation for that penalty on Academy Park side.
I'm going to be honest, I just feel like that's a tough call. I mean, it's opposite side of the field, so I can't get a look to see how hard it was, but that was a personal foul over there. I would assume it would be on the ball carrier, but he just didn't seem like he took a big enough hit to get an automatic first down right there. But we'll take it.
Yeah, regardless, here we are. 25-yard line. Kemp now with it under center. And that ball, he's able to hold on to it moving forward.
He's got to do a better job with that right now. I'm not sure what the chemistry is like between him and the center, but we're not even getting the play calls really executed because we can't get the ball from the center to the quarterback.
As I just said, the first 2 snaps of the game were tough. Those both had come out of his hands, but he'd done a good job following up after that. Right now, though, he's struggling. As Suber once again, and Brooks in the backfield with him. That one's going to go to Brooks. Brooks staying on his feet, able to pick up a couple. Third and manageable upcoming.
It's been a little slow and a little patient, but you just got to keep giving Malik Brooks shots up the middle and then swing it to Jordan, coming across on a pitch or something.
That play is a similar step to what they did when they scored the touchdown, where you had Suber coming up, leading the way for him, and Brooks just trying to make something out of whatever opens up in front of him. Now Brooks gets it one more time, trying to avoid a defender. He's able to, but cutting it back, and there's nothing really doing for him. Now decision time on 4th down.
Obviously going for it. I like to see them get a few yards there to make this a little bit easier, but big down here for Pennwood. See if our quarterback can make a good decision.
And I'll put you in the headset for a second if you're trying to target anyone. Earlier in the game, you told me Suber was the 4th down target you would go towards. Is that still the way you're thinking now?
I mean, obviously, I look at Suber and just figure that he's going to be a mismatch problem for anybody else trying to cover him. Obviously, AP's got good athletes, but, in the tight spaces, I think he works out well. Right now, we're using him kind of as a fullback, and he's doing more blocking, but I think he needs a few more touches. We still haven't seen Jordan Jones get the ball at any point in time, so as much as I know that Coach Troop like to get him the ball, I wouldn't be surprised to see him get a pitch or something out here as well.
And the pitches really worked in the scoring drive earlier. They were able to get some space on the outside. And if I were going to be in the headset, I think that's where I'm headed on this one. But like you said, just getting the ball in Jones's hands. There was a big emphasis for you when we came into the game. If we could get the ball in Jones' hands, you're going to see something special happen.
Well, we saw the big run that he had. There was a chop block on it, but that was like a 70-yard run. Every time he gets the ball, he's a threat for a touchdown. So let's see what he can do out here.
Suber in the backfield, joined by Mike Keene behind Kempf. Kempf handles that one. He throws this one up in the air, and it's just batted by the defender. Lucky that one was not fumbled the way he got onto his arm. Credit Ryan Erskine getting in there and
big stop for AP. Big stop for AP. I mean, we talked a lot about these games being defensive, and Pennwood's had a couple situations in the first half where AP had an opportunity to score, and really, between the punt run back and then the penalty, it was really a shot for them to be able to try to get a lead here on AP, and they held. And got to get a little more confident play at the quarterback position here.
Well, now on the other side, Academy Park taking over from their own 20. Rodriguez in the gun once again, 4 receivers and a running back to his right. That's Holman. Holman trying to make something happen, but nothing doing there. That is Keene getting in there and dragging him down, and then a whole team of Patriots chasing after into the backfield.
Interesting ball game. I mean, we got dominated last year by Academy Park up front on both sides, and this year I feel like Pennwood is winning the battle up front, and we're just a play or two or a penalty two behind from getting the lead, and if we can push them back here and force them into a tough fourth down, gives us a shot.
Now Rodriguez once again in the gun. Similar set every time as he's looking now. He finds Willis, who unfortunately drops that one.
Keenan, good coverage there too. Pennwood's been quick on defense. You know what I mean? We're definitely not got two big guys in the middle holding it down, and then you got a bunch of speed in the other places. Defense look good. Obviously, it's going to always tougher for the offense to get established with 10 days of practice, but our defense has shown a lot of speed.
And now at 3rd and long, this is huge. If you keep them from picking anything up, any substantial yardage up here, and have them punting with the end zone right there at their backs. Rodriguez once again in the shotgun, trying to take this one for himself, and he's got nowhere to go.
I was anxious to see because it looked like we were in the zone coverage there, kind of guarding the back pass. I think they've been a little more conservative since the touchdown. And but with a 3-man line and Suber and Demir up front, we're just getting pressure.
Good work there. Just saying, getting pressure, disrupting Rodriguez, and he had a couple of really good runs towards the end of that first half where he had gotten loose. Option plays like that. Now Kamara back to punt.
Let's see if Jordan Jones gets a touch here.
And Kamara sends this one away. It's going to be short. Want to get the Pennwood players out of the way. The Patriots have the ball at the 30-yard line. So once again, good field position, and this time as they're headed out there, what are you thinking for this offense?
I'm looking at the quarterback right now. I mean, we need confidence. I mean, obviously, when you're playing a 4-year starter and you come out on the field, you just expect things from the offense. So I think right now, see what he can do coming out here and calling some plays is going to be. He's got, skilled guys around him. He's got to make some plays. They got him in a shotgun. It's the first time we've seen that today.
He's taking a couple, but not many from the shotgun. As you note there, Jones behind him in the backfield. He'll get the handoff, and he'll get wrapped up pretty quickly. Taken back for a loss of 1. Definitely a little monotonous when you continue to try and just drive it forward like they have in the early possessions of this second half. They can open it up, like you're saying, get Kempf to find some of the talent on the outside, a Mike Price potentially, Suber out in space.
Penwood AP has kind of been like one of those boxing matches where you kind of like guard up close and then take shots for big plays.
Can't hand this one off, and there's some space to the outside. Jones making a move. He's heading towards the end zone, and we've got a flag.
Oh, that Mike Price out there.
That is Price.
Oh, goodness gracious. Wow. There's not a lot to say. But it'll still be a Pennwood first down. We like to hold penalties around the 10, 5-yard line, maybe 10-yard line.
Yeah, he was right. I mean, it was within the last few yards of getting to the end zone. We have a Academy Park player down. They're going to go 10 to him.
But we got a first down off the play.
So it will be a first down.
Yeah, I mean, you have to realize that, we're asking the receivers to block and to be aggressive in it. We're not really confident throwing the ball down the field at the moment. So you're putting Mike Price in a lot of blocking situations here. But the issue is you got to make people tackle Jordan Jones. I mean, they got to tackle him. It's you want to give him a little bit of help and you want to try to do your job, but it's not your job to get the touchdown. Your job is to take up some space, make the defender occupied, and see if that defender can make a play.
It's interesting that throwing the flag there. Obviously, you want the defender to have a chance to make a play, but difficult for me to imagine getting to Jones the way that was set up.
Well, we got this little he's walking off a little gingerly here.
This is Kaba Kamara.
Take this time to talk about it. I think there's some more games tonight that you'll be able to see. I believe Chichester and Interboro, Chester and Interboro this afternoon at 4 o'clock. I'm going to check and see what time that is. Chester's on, I believe, it's CPN radio, but you can look it up. I'll try to post up their times. And I believe Interboro is playing Father Judge. I know I just talked to Cheltenham, who had a tough basketball loss last night. They were the number 1 seed, lost to Lower Marion, but they have Truman tonight at 7. So there's some more United 10 games out there. Look around, see this talent, great talent base that we're having playing, and check out these games.
Kev takes from the gun, gets to Jones. Jones makes a move, bouncing to the outside, and near the 10-yard line. He and Brooks are just so explosive coming out of the backfield.
He's hunting that end zone. He wants it. He's been close. He's been in there twice.
Yeah.
And he came back for penalties. I think he's trying to get that break the season open for himself here today.
And getting to the United 10, you brought up there, just the work that's going in to make that happen. Obviously, teams that didn't play in the fall. What are you excited about with that group?
Obviously, there's just the collection of talent that's in this group as well.
Pitch. Brooks loses it again. Now appears to be recovered by him and comes up with frustration. Clearly, it's a big loss for Pennwood.
It is. Find ourselves in a long third down here after dominating the second half so far. We're almost through the third quarter. About 4 minutes left, and but we still haven't put any points up.
Yeah, these good situations that the Patriots have found themselves in thus far need to capitalize on one. 2 possessions here would take up a lot of time, and you've gotten very much right where you want to be, except for finishing it off.
I'm anxious to see if another timeout here.
And we'll take the timeout. And
is that the second timeout this half?
Second timeout of the half.
Yeah, anxious to see if we're going to see. Coach talked a lot about, and I'm going to come back to the United 10 conversation in a minute.
Absolutely.
Malik Brooks playing some quarterback here today, and I'd like to see some read option with him and Jordan in the backfield, and making you really have to commit to stopping down the run game. That may open up a couple passing lanes, but he hasn't gotten that creative with the offense yet, but that's what I'm looking to see.
And as of right now, what do you think the discussion going on in there is as they approach this big third down?
truly I'm trying to get half the yards and put us back into like a 4th and 5. I mean, you're right here. This is what you want. Either way, you're going to have them pinned down if you don't get the touchdown. But if I can get half the yards here, I can put us in a manageable 4th down and maybe keep this drive and get it into the end zone.
Now then, Kempf rolling to his right. He's looking, he fires. That one's caught near the first down marker. That's Price.
Hey, you know what? Made up for the holding penalty, got the first down. It's actually a good throw. It was a nice low throw. On the move, something that would be hard to pick off because it was at like the knee level, and Mike Price made a big first down, and now we're at 1st and goal.
1st and goal. Kempf coming out in the shotgun. Behind him is Brooks. Price far out to his left, and he hands this one to Brooks. Brooks trying to make a move and work his way towards that end zone. A lot of pushing around. Just shy of the goal line.
All right, we had Big Super in the backfield all this time. Had him blocking. I'll definitely say we should be running behind him.
Yeah. I believe I saw Mike Keene run onto the field. Bit of a bigger back. I actually have him lined up as a tight end right now. Suber also at tight end, and Brooks behind Kempf in the gun. Price in motion now to his right. He's going to hand this one to Brooks. Brooks cuts back, heads toward the goal line. We await the signal. Touchdown, Pennwood. And the Patriots are in the lead.
Well, it wasn't pretty, but we'll take it. It's actually, Malik was just being tough, decided he wanted to get there and fought hard for it there. So touchdown, Pennwood, 12-7, 2-point conversion coming up. And big play here. See if we can get this game tied up or get this game up 7.
Now, you just used one of your short yardage plays, rolling deeper into a playbook that you probably haven't been able to implement. What do you expect them to do here?
You know, I like that rollout play that they just had a minute ago. You got Suber and you got Jordan and Price on that side. I like to see them roll it out here again in a little bit.
Kempf moving to his right, firing across his body, and that one's caught. We got a flag, but for now, that one's going against Pennwood. So
shift.
Every time Jones has the ball in his hands in the end zone, he has turned around to a flag. This is 3 times now, 2 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion.
It's kind of funny. You can hear the coaches talking. I'm over here ear hustling a little bit, but kind of in the same situation. I think they're going to run the same thing again.
Once again, the 2-point conversion. Kempf gets the snap, rolling, looking, firing.
Catch, Mike Price.
Did he catch that one? He caught it. Mike Price getting the catch. 2-point conversion. Now 14-7 in favor of the Patriots.
One thing I like about Coach Troop is if he runs it right one time, he's going to run it again. He's definitely not afraid. He wants to see you stop what he's doing. And he was comfortable throwing the ball when he was moving out the pocket. I think he's actually been a little better moving out the pocket than he's been inside the pocket. I think I would have him moving a little more, being a little more athletic. Combs had the big run earlier in the game when he lost the shoe. So I definitely like to see him moving around a little more.
Kempf looking much improved, and I did want to get back to our United 10 discussion from earlier as we have a couple of seconds here. In terms of going into building this group and what do you expect from this group, can you kind of talk to the process of this?
First of all, there was a lot of work by the PIAA to get us approved for this process and for District 1, who fought for us for that. And then our superintendent supported us, and Norristown kind of led the process for us and contacted me, and we got everybody together. But it was a great idea on the admin level, and we're doing it, but it's been really difficult on the AD level. We have so many. We got fall and spring sports that we're preparing for, and we're putting a lot on our field maintenance right now. We always struggle right now to get spring sports started anyway, so it's a lot of work. I know Norristown and AP got started a little late. Norristown and Reading aren't playing this week, but we're all trying to get them in. We got a full slate of games next week of soccer, volleyball, and tennis, and like 3 or 4 cross-country meets as well. And we're putting it together and then pushing our spring back, which is a little difficult. But, hey, look, we're trying to get it all in, trying to give all the kids an opportunity, trying to manage this thing the best we can because we're moving in a lot of parts. And we thank everybody for bearing with us and dealing with us through the process.
Well, excited for some spring football. Again, I told you before the broadcast, but getting a text to do play-by-play for football in March is not something I'm used to, but something I welcome very much. Excited to see these teams get out there, and you can see the excitement on both sidelines as they finally get a chance to play some football. As Rodriguez now in the gun, we're going to get some flags, some early movement from Academy Park as they're starting at their 30-yard line, backing it up to the 25 now.
Yeah, it's going to be definitely one of those things where where you guys are where the teams are trying to get themselves settled, and right now it's a little bit of pressure. They're down 7. They want to make some plays. I can see them trying to be anxious and getting the ball down the field.
Absolutely, and they've taken some shots down the field. Rodriguez has shown his arm. First half he was 8 of 13, 54 yards.
Well, he's not scared, so he's going to push this ball.
Now 1st and 15 for him. 3 receivers to his right. He's in the gun. He's looking, firing over the middle. That one's caught. Marrero dragged down. Job holding on to him and swinging around. Number 19, John Haley.
Good athlete. Watched him play basketball, and I was like, he's got to be one of the football players. They're like, yeah, he plays on the football team. I said, okay. He's definitely a good athlete, though.
I'm curious, watching a basketball player, how can you just tell that they also play football?
I don't know if you can always tell. I just think that, his makeup and his physicality, definitely saw him as a multi-sport player, I guess is what I'm saying.
Rodriguez in the gun. 2nd and 11. And he's looking.
Pressure.
Avoids the pressure for a second and then is taken down. Good work getting in there. I believe that was Denier Williams.
It was a late fumble there. He got it back, but Suber was on it, and Demir's all over the place. I tell you, those 2 guys are going to have a lot of pressure out here. They're going to be 2 tough guys to block. Their speed and strength. Demir looks like a skinny guy, but he gets after it.
And you mentioned these games are won in the trenches between these 2 teams. Early on, you said that Academy Park kind of had the edge. What are you seeing recently from this Pennwood squad on either side on the front?
They're really getting pressure with the front 4. I mean, they're letting the linebackers, hang out and tackle some of the guys on slants.
Rodriguez looking.
Pressure. There's the fumble.
Hit from behind. That ball's coming out. Suber got on it, then realized hey, it's probably better if someone standing can run with this. And now there's a flag.
Rodriguez is hurt off of that one.
Taking a couple of hits in this one. Earlier came out of the game for a play when he took a hit running forward. This time he was just attacked from all sides.
AP puts a lot of pressure on you when they can run those read options and get looks out of their offense, but dropping back in the pressure kind of goes into Pennwood strength where you got 2 guys that really pressure the ball from the outside, and then the other 2, the D tackles, are just kind of holding it down the middle, so it's not giving him a lot of room. And that time, Demir just blew by his guy using that speed and quickness and caused a penalty. And then now they're adding a personal foul on it, and Pennwood's right back here to go up again.
And Pennwood inside the red zone already at about the 13-yard line. Kempf under center.
He likes this lineup here.
Brooks in the backfield, tosses out to Brooks. Brooks looking for some space, trying to get to the outside. And it'll be pushed out of bounds. And right here is monumental opportunity to get yourself some distance. In a back-and-forth game.
Well, this is where you got to turn to actually toughness, right? This is the time where you do all the extra running, get in shape, you're doing all that extra work to be ready. But obviously, as we're starting to get into almost the 4th quarter, tanks are getting empty. Mm-hmm. So you're right back here in a scoring position. AP is going to have to be tough. if Penn can get in here, they can stretch this game out. But this is the ball game.
Kempf in the gun. He's got Brooks behind him. Price far out wide to his left. In the slot to his left is Jones, and we've got a flag. False start. That'll back them up. Just under 30 seconds remain in this third quarter.
I was hoping they were going to get a look at Jordan Jones and Mike Price. They're being guarded one-on-one out there. I just feel like that's a mismatch out there on that side. The quarterback's comfortable to make the throw.
Switch it up now. Both Price and Jones go to his right. Price far out to his right. Jones in the slot. Suber in the backfield and Brooks in the backfield with him. This is a toss to Brooks. And he's out to the outside. Not a ton of space, but able to pick up a few. They're leaving Christian Hunt 101.
Yeah, I was
close to us.
Christian Hunt has a play in him, too.
Now third and long. You don't need to pick all of it up right here. Do want to get much closer than where you are. A couple of miscues have you backed up. Price 101, close to us, far to the left. Kempf rolling that way, looking that way. Instead, he's going to find Jones, who makes an amazing one-handed snag.
Is that unbelievable? You guys got that on tape.
That's one you clip and you post everywhere you can.
That was unbelievable. I mean, really, you're going to the left, and he one-hand grabs that and actually roll back up and play. You can't play it off of it,
right.
But that was a phenomenal catch.
He had me in shock. I didn't think that he had pulled that one down.
You might have lost a yard catching it.
Yeah, well, we will head to the fourth quarter when we come back here on SFBM. Pennwood has a fourth down upcoming and a chance to extend their lead. We'll be right back. Welcome back in to Knight Park, Academy Park High School's campus, for this SFBM production of Pennwood and Academy Park. As Pennwood taking the fourth down snap. Kempf looking, firing. This one is incomplete. He was trying to get to Malik Brooks. Pass falls incomplete, and Academy Park is able to stave off a really, really great chance for the Patriots after a fumble set them up deep in Knight territory. It's the beginning of the fourth quarter. I'm Ray Dunn, joined by Rap Curry. A very physical, tough game, what you come to expect from Academy Park and Pennwood. We're in the spring football season.
I thought he had a shot there. I mean, you know, I was talking to Trooper from Booth up here, and he was talking about a halfback pass, and I like that we've been setting it up with the tosses outside. Mm-hmm. I thought they was feeling like that, but they had everybody spread out, and I thought he had him on the slam for a second.
Well, now for Academy Park, Rodriguez, who was shaken up after fumbling on the last drive, coming out firing for the Knights. He's looking up for Morello, who comes down with it.
Big play. Big play.
Tariq Marrero able to high point that one and come down with it. And they've been trying to take shots periodically throughout this one.
Mm-hmm.
They're able to capitalize on that one and are close to midfield now.
I mean, and once again, they got Pennwood in another man-to-man situation. Had Jordan. Jordan was all over him, but he made a great athletic play. Pressure was there, too. They made a play, worked out. Right out in midfield.
Rodriguez in the gun. Snuggle with him. He fakes the handoff to him, and he's brought down. Janair Williams able to get to him first, and then Mike Keene following him up. 2nd and 11.
The Mayor's just dominating the outside right now. And truthfully, you know, you want to stay away from running from Suber, but you're running into the guy right now who's probably the player of the game.
Mm-hmm. A lot of consistency from him, bringing down ball carriers and limiting what they've been able to do on the ground. Save for a few Rodriguez runs, Academy Park hasn't really had their way on the ground. And Rodriguez now firing this one to Marrero. Marrero moving to the outside. Tries to cut back. The ball comes out.
They got that
That
back,
one's
huh?
recovered by Academy Park.
That was
That's
tough.
Kenny Wright getting into it. That was Suber over there making the play and trying to get to the ball.
Well, they're doing a good job in getting the ball into
Now Marrero's down, and that would be another huge loss for this Academy Park team. You mentioned early on in the broadcast about potential cramps, and just, you know, you haven't really been hit that much. So just getting used to that. And they've had a couple of times. Rodriguez has gone down twice. Willis has gone down. Marrero now down. So tough for Academy Park dealing with this early season. Wouldn't call it an injury bug yet, but just getting used to the hits, getting used to playing at game speed.
Yeah, the kids are doing pretty good. I mean, obviously, this is the fourth quarter, and it's a close ball game. Mm-hmm. So they're going to empty themselves out. But Jason Vo's done a good job getting the ball in Tariq's hands. He's good, you know. Watched him play basketball the last couple of years, but he's shifty with the ball out there. But he's got to hold on to it. Thought he gave us a crack there to maybe turn this back around. But he actually fumbled it forward, gave him a 3rd and short.
He's up, being helped. Begin the walk back to the sideline, and it will be 3rd and short for this Academy Park offense. And Captain Obvious checking in to tell you that this is a big play.
Interesting call here. I mean, truthfully, this is a good opportunity on 3rd and short to take a shot at a play, maybe try to run an option. It looks like he might have been cramping, too. He's walking off pretty slow, but taking his time. But it's an opportunity to take a shot, maybe try to get a big play out of it, because you come back and be 4th and short if it doesn't work. But we'll see what they got here.
And this also would be a situation taking a shot where you're probably looking for Marrero, so it's interesting to see where they're going to go. Kenny Ray had a catch earlier in this game, and they obviously love what Eric Willis can do. I am intrigued to see which way they will go for this one. Rodriguez takes the snap, and he's just going to hand it. Sanogo bouncing to the outside. He's got some space. And he's brought down after
Holding penalty.
And we get flag on the field. And you got it right there. And that stings.
I think we talk about the size that AP has up front, but you know, it's tough for if anybody to make the adjustment. It's harder for the linemen.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? When you're talking about moving that size and being competitive up front, you're not playing against guys that are your equal weight. You're talking about guys who are a little quicker, so trying to move and grab them and move them around, it gets tougher. That's a big penalty, turning a 3rd and 1 into a 3rd and 11.
So now 3rd and 11. Interesting to see whether or not they try and split this up in game 2 or go for it here. Rodriguez back. He's looking.
Pressure.
He's firing it deep. He's got an open man. Just overshoots Willis.
Not sure how that happened, but he had him. Got a little better pressure that time, too.
And Eric Willis, who had the 27-yard touchdown grab earlier in this game after breaking away from the secondary and making a catch over the top, had another opportunity right there. And now Rodriguez is a long snapper setting up, and Kumar, who left the game earlier, limping, is back in and punting this one.
What I love about Vo is he's patient. You know what I mean? 9:48. He's playing a field position game.
Good punt there by Kumar. He gets that one to bounce right into the hand. Oh, wow. I thought there was a chance that ball was coming out the way he slid down.
Yeah, a little dangerous.
A little dangerous play. Mike Price able to get to it. And that was a really good job of flipping fields for Academy Park.
Well, I'll tell you what, you want to continue to try to be conservative, but waiting from that big play. We've had a couple big plays that were called back. I know Troop's got to have something in the playbook where he can try to get a big one and really loosen this game up. One big play here, I think, might be able to wear the Academy Park defense down.
Kemp has looked more comfortable. Right now he's under center. He's going to turn around and hand this one off. Jones going nowhere. It might be time to find Price and try and open it up just a little bit. Because you're right, there is a time to be conservative and try and play with the time, but in the same token, it is only a one-score game.
Yeah. I just think when you're, as you say, packing those type of athletes, you want to give them some chances to make some big plays. So waiting to see how I can get the ball into their hands and well, that's not Suber in the backfield.
That's Keene in the backfield, and now Kemp rolling to his right, trying to find Price. Price able to hold on to that one and turn and go upfield. He picks up the first down.
Big play. He's been a lot better out the pocket. I like what they're doing. They're using the fullback, kind of pinch the end, give him a little more room to roll out. And he's comfortable throwing a little underneath stuff. Price had to dig it up a little bit, but he did and turned it up and got a first down. Keep it moving. 8:30 left in the ball game.
Kemp now coming out in the gun with some help in the backfield. Suber to his right. Jones right behind him. Spread out far left. One-on-one coverage over there, but they're going to hand it off, and now Jones has got some space. Jones, he's making a move. Jones now to midfield. Brought down. A great run by him, and you've been saying it. Just let him get loose.
Well, it looked like they almost ran like a little counter. They had Christian set up at fullback on the right side, and then he came back over to the left, and then Jones found him that way. He cleared out some space for him, and getting him out in space, and it's a tough tackle.
Now on the other side of the field. Brooks in the backfield now. Suber still there. Jones will head to the slot. Price to the far right and one-on-one coverage. And this one, a toss out to Brooks. Brooks to the outside, trying to make a move. Comes around the corner, and he'll be brought down.
Mm-hmm. That's what I like. You really, what you watch, Jones got a little more touches in this half. Malik Brooks dominated the touches in the first half. And then he had Jones with the big run. Now you come back from Malik Brooks. And once again, they're working off Suber, running out his direction.
Now, ticking towards 7 minutes left on this side of the field. You can't afford to just keep it on the ground, especially with the way you're running it right now.
I got them both in a shotgun here. Suber all the way in the back. Not sure what this is.
Kemp rolling out, looking, firing, finding Jones. Jones rolls near towards the first down. He had an extension after the play. We'll see what the referees grant him.
Here comes
and
Angie
Suber is down.
Looks like cramping to me. He's been laboring a little bit. I saw him. Me and the Truth from the booth were talking about it during the third quarter. Looked at Suber as our big guy, looked like he was wearing down a little bit, and that's cramping right there. But if you watch the play call, really in essence, that pass out the backfield is like a run.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like it's a short pass play. He's doing a good job when you're rolling out the pocket, getting his feet under him, and it's actually a good run because that was for like 9 yards.
And you got to give Coach Troop credit for really seeing what works for Kempf and sticking to it, getting him on the move, letting him move around and find his receivers that way after a first half where they didn't really try and pass it too much and have too much success through the air.
It's a little difficult. It's a little difficult because you're sitting here and you're kind of watching the coaches, and I think about myself when I was on the sideline. You're trying to be patient.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're a fan like I am right now, I'm kind of like, all right, let's try something new. Get the new guy in there. You know what I mean? I got that Philadelphia fan base kicking in.
In the gun now, Kempf turns, hands it, and not a lot of space. That was Brooks. 4th and short.
Big play.
And at this point, they've had some successes going to the outside. I'm trying to bounce it that way. Are you trying to power it up the gut, or are you trying to let your athletes make play in space?
Spreading them out. I look like they're going to try. I'd pound it up myself, but.
Kempf in the gun. They're going to try that, and Brooks is going to be dragged back down. And Academy Park will take over. A big 4th down stop for the Knights.
You look at what happened there. Suber gets the cramp. Guy they've been running behind. You know what I mean? They're packing the line. They're going to bring everybody. And just didn't have that extra boost. The fullback to run behind there. And they got penetration.
Well, now 6 minutes exactly on the scoreboard.
This is Pennwood AP all over again. This is what happens. You know what I mean? Just when you think somebody's going to separate, somebody else makes a play.
Sitcom writers go their whole life looking for drama like this.
I think I saw Harry shaking out here covering the game today.
Willis gets it on the snap, and he's going to roll towards the 1st down marker. Be just shy.
And the problem with Christian, I see him coming back in. The problem with him being out on the offense is he's not in here on defense. So, but I see him coming back in the game. Juiced him up, stretched him out, got him back in there. See his brother and his Zon out there on Facebook, so I know they're out there cheering him on.
Rodriguez in the gun. 2 receivers on each side, and he's got Holman to his left. The ball goes to Holman. Holman only picks up a few, but it's enough. A 1st down for Academy Park.
First down, 1st and 10. The Mare looked a little slow getting up there. Academy Park now inside the 50. 5:08 to go in the game.
Also, we saw Tariq Morera leave earlier. He's in the slot right now. So good to see him back on the field. Holman now to Rodriguez left. Rodriguez looks, finds Morera. Morera head to the outside.
Good day.
Good job getting him out of bounds. Pickup of a few.
I just think Stevens has been solid out there. He's really played a strong game at the corner, just held it down out there. Kind of, went away from Hunt, who's been a regular starter, but Stevens has been more than applicable out there. He's been a really good player.
And he's had some really good moments out here, and especially as they keep trying to bring it outside. And they've tried a couple times to bounce it to the outside, and it's been a credit to Pennwood, really, the way they've done work against the run. Obviously, that was a screen pass, but in general, is Rodriguez trying to go on run, and he will meet quite a few. Suber there bringing him down. Pickup of a few. Now 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5 coming up for the Knights.
He's crafty with his running. You know, I don't think he's a game breaker, but I think he reads the line really well. I think it kind of keeps them in short first down positions.
Just over 4 minutes remaining in this one. 3rd down upcoming. Rodriguez in the gun. Takes the snap. Fakes the handoff to Holman. Looking. Firing. And that one incomplete.
Come on, I talked him up all game. I thought that was it right there.
Stevens was very close to changing the complexion of this game and making you look incredible in the span of 30 seconds from you talking about him and him taking one back.
I thought he had set him up. I've been talking about how he's been playing. They've been trying to go at his side. Thought he was going to bring one home and take it to the house. I'm still calling it, though.
All right, well, 4th down now. Kamara lined up to punt, and it's a fake. It's a fake punt. That one's going to Willis. Willis has got some space in front of him, and he's headed down inside the 20, cutting back. That's a 1st down, Academy Park.
That dog, Coach V.
Talk about an injection of energy and life into a sideline. Talking to the coaching staff before the game, a lot to say about Eric Willis and what they expect from him this season. Maybe not exactly the role he expects to play, being the fake punt guy, but nonetheless, they are now in a great position inside the 20-yard line to try and tie this game up. Rodriguez fakes the handoff to Holman. Rodriguez looking, firing to the back of the end zone, incomplete. Looking for Wright.
I heard him fussing a little bit on the sideline. But he waited a little long to throw it. I thought if he'd have gave him a chance a little sooner, he had an opportunity to catch that. But they took a shot there. Or at least the quarterback took a shot there. It didn't seem like Coach Vo wouldn't take a shot there. But
now the 2nd down upcoming. Right, still lined out to the right. Got Marrero in the slot.
Pennwood AP. Down the stretch.
Rodriguez to Marrero. Marrero looking for some space, trying to cut it back. He's able to evade some defenders, but not all of them. That's Denier Williams once again. And what a game he's having.
I don't want to take away from the fact that Suber kept the play, from getting outside. He did a good job holding it. But when you came back in a Denier. He's my player of the game right now if we can hold down and get this W.
3rd and long. 2 down territory as we tick under 3 minutes. Rodriguez in the gun. Takes the snap, fakes the handoff. Looking to his left, firing to his left. He's looking for Marrero. Marrero in the end zone. Touchdown!
That's a tough one. That's a tough one there. All right, what we got going on here?
Tariq Marrero had the big catch earlier in this half, went out of the game, came back in, delivers that touchdown grab. 2 touchdown passes now for Rodriguez.
Now, I just want to remind you guys, what was the pregame score for this game that we talked about here in the booth? 14-13 Pennwood, but it looks like Coach V is going to go for the extra point here. We talked about 14-13, and here's where we are.
Kamara for the extra point. Snap, hold, kick, no good. The kick is no good.
That was the pregame call. I'm not even going to tell you guys out here who made the call. I'm not even going to tell you.
It happened. We were all here. The pregame call was 14-13.
It was 14-13 Pennwood. It was a pregame call.
Next time we got to get a video recording of someone doing that because no one at home is believing us right now, but I can attest.
I'm just going to say a shout-out to my guy, Cook. I'm just going to say a shout-out, helping me with my stuff today streaming. We're just going to give you a shout-out on the 14-13 call.
We have 2 minutes and 45 seconds remain. It's not over. Pennwood going to get the ball here.
Look who the call's coming from.
Another exciting chapter to the Pennwood Academy Park history. We come down towards the end here, and you've said it multiple times, but this is what you come to expect from a matchup like this.
Well, now we got to watch the onside kick. You got to think about, you're making these plays here to try to cover things here, you know what I mean, in the preseason. But here you are. Got to try to get this onside, and we got to recover it.
Fantastic post-game question is how many times they're able to practice this as the onside kick is recovered. That's Jones hopping on it and heading to the ground. So now near midfield will be Pennwood football. The objective, to get 2 minutes and 44 seconds off the clock.
Well, we got to sit here and say that we had some bobbles in the backfield early in the game, so it's been better in the second half. So hopefully we can get these plays executed, and one first down will do it. I think Kane Park still has all their timeouts.
Kempf in the shotgun. He's got Jones next to him. Jones trying to bounce it outside. Keeping defenders on their toes, and he's able to get some space and keep moving forward. The clock will stop, but he turns nothing into something.
Well, I'm thinking he shouldn't have ran out of bounds, but wow, I mean, he didn't really have anywhere to go there.
The shiftiness there is unbelievable. 2 minutes, 35 seconds. 2nd and 5. And Jones certainly earned his spot in the backfield for this play as he's to the left of Kempf. Moving towards us right now, Brooks. Kempf looks his way. Hands it off. Jones up the middle. That's a first down.
One thing about Jordan Jones is he's not afraid to get hit. And so you're going to give him that ball. He's going to sell everything out to get this first down. So
Ball set, and the clock's going to run. 2 minutes and 30 seconds when he was brought down. Clock running from there. Kempf now in the gun. He's got Jones to his left once again. Price far to the left. He's going to hand this one off once again. Jones continuing to bowl his way forward. And we'll get a timeout. Academy Park taking a time of 2 minutes and 2 seconds on the scoreboard. At this point, when we talk about being in shape, we talk about running practices and where you are as a team, only having a few, 10 days, 2 weeks to prepare, you're worn down at this point in the game.
Well, it's an interesting time, I think, for athletes. We see, the trend, coming up back in the days when we came up, we didn't have personal trainers and things like that, but the concept of kids being able to individually train themselves, being able to hit the weight room, being able to run and do those things on your own during a time when you really didn't have anybody to make you do things, right? So your coaches in the offseason can make you do things. So this is where we're going to see those who were able to commit to it and those who weren't.
2nd and 5 now from the 35-yard line. Jones getting coached up. Out to the right of Kempf. Takes the snap. That ball loose. They're able to dive on it. And the timeout is called. So you mentioned it.
Well, I don't know if that was Kemp's fault other than he needed to get it. But that definitely was a crazy snap. And we got playing center this year.
We don't have a center listed. If we can get a number. Third and 9. And now if you don't pick it up here with the run, I assume you're running. Where are you moving at this part of the field?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm just gonna try to. I want to try to get another one of those pitches. Try to get a little bit closer. I mean, as you watch Pennwood, we're always 4-down territory, so I can't see us doing anything else. We struggle with the punt game. I'm trying to see if I can get us into a 4th and 3, and we're right back at it.
All right, Kempf in the gun. Hands this one off to Jones. Jones able to make a move and get positive yardage. The timeout there. It's going to be 4th and 8. A minute 52 left. And a credit to this Academy Park front four there. Obviously the beneficiaries of the bad snap, but able to hold their own and force a 4th and long.
Fourteen, 13. 4th down. 8 yards to go. Pennwood AP. AP territory. This is how the game is supposed to be.
Couldn't ask for a better way to reintroduce yourselves to some football.
Hey, this is how we battle. We battle in the Del Valle like this. These are neighborhood rivalries, and, bragging rights are on the table. So see who can make a play here.
Either way it goes, your phone's going to blow up in the next 2 minutes, I'm sure of it.
See what Coach Troop's got in the playbook here. Short notice, tough time, not a lot of plays, not a lot of practices. I personally think you roll out again and give Mike Price and Jordan a pass on a rollout.
Spread him out a bit. Kempf now in the gun. He is rolling out. He's looking. He's firing. He's trying to find Price. He does. And let's take a look. Celebration from Academy Parkside tells you that it's short.
Like what I saw, truthfully, Price has got to get the extra yard. I think they're about a yard.
We got a holding going against Pennwood. Decisions to be made here. So either back them up and force them to do 4th again. It also depends on the spot where they're looking at. So we got the holding on Pennwood. They're going to take it. They're going to replay 4th down. Could be playing for field position.
I mean, we haven't gone down the field, so to really say now here on 4th and 13 that we're going to make a play with the passing game, we're not going to do it, but punting game has been almost as bad.
Now, 4th in a while.
Yeah, it's from the spot of the hole. It's a good call.
That fed to us in the boot. So, yeah, spot of the hold. 4th and long. And we got a whistle. So we went from one 40-yard line nearly to the other 40-yard line.
Yeah.
And at this point, like you said, punting game has been spotty. It's this one. Suber gets it away. Up into the air. It's going to go on the other side of the 50-yard line. And they'll down it about the 46, 45-yard line. So here we go.
All right. AP with another shot. Minute 36 left.
This is what you ask for, some late game drama.
Coach Vogt managed the game there. I thought that was a tough call. I would have just taken the ball, but he picked up probably another 10 yards on that. Maybe 15.
Now Rodriguez, his first chance at being a starting quarterback for the varsity squad. In the gun. 4 receivers. Fires this one to Willis. Willis with some space, cuts back. Picks up next to nothing. Clock still ticking. They're out of timeouts. We're under 1:30.
I'm seeing how my guy holds up. Stevens got beat on that last touchdown.
Willis in the slot. Rodriguez in the gun. He's looking the other way. Steps up. Firing Marrero's way, and this one is intercepted. That one's brought down and intercepted. Hunt able to get to it. And for Pennwood, that is a clincher.
And there goes the signs for the U.
So the 14-13 prediction
Who calls that throw?
looks pretty good.
Number 11.
Oh yeah. I'm getting the booth over here telling me I was going to get to it. The mayor actually made the pass rush from the outside, made him step up in the pocket, and he actually got time. He pushed him past him. The lineman actually did a good job recovering there, but he threw it a little too fast and threw it into no man's land, and it looks like we're going to steal this one, if I can say that.
First kneel down as time will continue to tick. Under a minute now. This is exactly what you asked for, and this is why you want to go out and play football, and you want to make the effort to make these fall sports happen, because you get matchups like this between these two teams.
You know, we didn't know what to expect. I thought it could have been crazy, because I just thought the score could have been really wild. You know, there's a lot of athletes and, you know, tougher guys to be able to really stop people, but they did a really good job, and it was a hard-fought game. I'm happy to have been a part of giving these student athletes an opportunity to play, and it's been good to see. It's been good to see for everybody. We're all happy out here.
Penalty backed him up, but 36 seconds left. Another kneel down.
That'll do it.
And that wraps this one up. A 14-13 win by Pennwood. Correctly called in the booth pregame. And Rap, just your final thoughts about this matchup and about this game we just saw.
Took a couple tough losses last year to AP. They beat us twice in the one season. That was tough to handle, and you know, we've been definitely trying to step up our program to be able to compete with them. They've been dominant in our league and in the district, and so. Even though they haven't had a lot of time to prepare and us not having as much time, or probably a little more time than them, it was definitely good to come out of here with a victory. But I'm happy for both teams, and the coaches get to shake hands. Obviously, during COVID-19, we're not going to have the team shake hands, and just thankful for everybody for everything that we've done to kind of pull this game plan off, and say good luck to everybody else out in United 10 doing alternate fall, and hopefully the weather will hold, and I'll be peeking in on some of you guys' games tonight, and come back and see us this week. We got soccer and volleyball. We're trying to adjust our schedule, so I'm not sure which games you'll see this week, but you will be seeing us do soccer and volleyball in the next coming weeks. So stay tuned with Pennwood, and as we end our show, we always say, go Wood.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Rap, and plenty of sports coming your way for all of us here at SFBN. Thank you for watching. Rap Curry, myself, Ray Dunn. Final score from Knight Park, 14-13. Pennwood gets the victory in the football season opener.